Hey, good morning, y'all. This is Rick. I don't know where we stand or what we're doing. I do know this, that we're all in this together, right? I've never been the rich guy. I've done all right. I made a couple of decent moves when I was young. So, my retirement looks like I should be able to manage it, but I'm a knucklehead, so I might mess it up. But at the end of the day, are we ready? Like, are we ready? Are we ready for the way things are playing out? Are we ready for this whole class war they're setting up? The rich get richer. That's what they're supposed to do. It's a capitalist society. That's what they're supposed to do. But we have to look out for each other. It's all related. It's all related. The middle class struggles because we don't get those tax breaks. We don't get that hookup. We just pay. And when we just pay, we wonder where our money went, right? And then the rich want to tell us that the poor took our money. The rich want to tell us that our money is gone because we're funding those who don't have. I don't know if that's true. I always think that the fat guy ate my donut, not the skinny guy. I always think the guy in the mansion has my money, not the guy who's homeless or the guy who's on public housing. So whenever my money is gone, I actually look at the rich people telling me that the poor people took it. And I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I think that if we are the richest country in the world, or were the richest country in the world, we should always be taking care of our less fortunate. All right. Everybody should make a living wage. Everybody should have enough. Who is willing to work a job or able to work a job should have a place to stay and some heat and some food. I think we can afford to do that as a country. I think those of us who are fortunate enough to make a fortune in this country should be willing to help out those of us who couldn't make a fortune in this country. I think that everybody is trying to operate at the top of their vocation, right? There's a guy stocking shelves right now because that's the best he can do. Maybe he's not, doesn't have the wit to go to college and get that degree, but he gets up every morning and does his best. And that guy deserves to have a decent life and give his family a chance. So it shouldn't be a situation where if you're not blessed to have, the mental capacity of being a CEO or graduating from college or getting a great degree and getting a job and all that stuff. How about, you barely got out of high school? How about you didn't make it through high school? You had to stop and you had to work to help support your family because of your mom or your dad's situation. How about that? Do you deserve to be underemployed for the rest of your life? Or can you get enough that you can feed your family and then maybe your kids can make that leap that you couldn't make? We need to do better by our people. We really need to do better by our people. There for the grace of God go I. I was born in the city, I'm from the city, and I do the best I can. But what say you? I mean, isn't it those of us who have a little something who are supposed to help those of us who don't have quite as much? And those of us who have a lot are supposed to help those of us who don't have a lot. To whom much is given, much is expected, right? So, yeah, man, help your people. Help your people. That's what I'm all about. I try to do the best I can. I know you do too. I know I look a little haggard this morning, but I'm going to look better next morning. This is off the cuff. I didn't plan this. I didn't come here with an agenda. But following this, I will have an agenda. And I do want to hear your opinions. And I do care what you think. And I do want to know who follows, and I do want to know who doesn't follow. Maybe we can build something. Maybe we can start a dialogue. Maybe all of us can get together and talk about what we need and what we want to do for each other, right? For each other. Because if I was playing just for me, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm playing for us. Because if we're not all right, I'm not all right. Okay? Love y'all all. I think going forward, I'll have more pertinent information to give, but I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Ric Anderson, and I love the people, and I hope y'all love me back. Have a great day.